Hi there, this is Angelus Perez from Success Genie, LLC. I'm a mindset business coach and trainer, and I guess people can see me. So what I'm going to be talking about really briefly today, instead of training you, giving you any ideas of my skill sets, of how the tools I use with my clients, instead of giving you graphics and all that stuff, I'm going to basically just tell you some stories, true stories. I'm going to give you examples of past clients I've had, and from the rags to riches story, and that'll give you a better perspective of exactly how I do what I do, the voodoo that I do, and also to give you an understanding of what kind of clients actually come to me. And remember, they're coming to me. I actually never posted, never applied, never tried to interview these individuals that came to me. They came to me because they saw my information out there. They saw maybe a video, or they saw me speaking at some kind of an event, so they wanted to know more. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. But before I do that, what is a mindset business coach? Most people don't know what it is. Well, let me tell you what we serve. And I say we because I partner with my wife, who's also co-founder of our company. When people come to us, or clients come to us, they feel as though they are they're not happy with what they're achieving. They feel like something's wrong with life. I'm not getting what I really want. I'm not feeling like I'm getting the win here. Something's wrong. Is this all there is to life? I'm quoting them. They feel as though they are not, they're having like thoughts of, what's the exact word they use? I'm tired. I've tried everything to make my business more successful than it already is. And yes, every one of my clients come to me. They already are successful, except for one. And they can't seem to pass that success level. But nothing seems to be working. I'm broken. I need fixed. I need to be fixed. It's like I'm cursed. I don't know what's holding me back. I don't know what is this invisible thing that's getting in my way. They have feelings of being overwhelmed, from having too many options. They are paralyzed in decision making. Many of them are professional procrastinators, or they are afraid to take action to achieve their goals. In other words, in essence, they have a mindset that got them to where they are, what greatness what level of success they already are, but it can't get them to the next level. And that's not going to happen unless you have a new mindset. Einstein said it. The person who creates a problem cannot solve the problem unless they're outside their mind or outside the box. They need a new mindset. So in essence, those are the people that come to me. Now, what I'm going to do now is share with you, if I can do this properly. Okay. Give me a second. All right. So hopefully you can see these pictures, but if you can't, that's okay. I'm going to talk about them anyway. So what we have here is one of my old clients. His name is Joe. Let's call him Average Joe, and he is an average Joe. What he did when he came to us, he was an employee employed by a textile company. He was about to lose his job, about to be downsized. He was going to be downsized because of what happened a lot. Also, I remember going through it myself in the 80s when I was working in corporate. It's because his assets, or his availability, or his, I would put it, valuableness to the company, has reached its limit. He was no longer adding value. He was no longer helping to help the company produce. So basically, it's time to get new guard in, send him out. So he came to us struggling, paycheck to paycheck, about to lose his job, all kinds of marital problems. He had drug problems. He had just finished, he was an alcoholic and into drugs for many years, and he just came to us when he stopped. Avid smoker, really was a chain smoker. It was a mess when we came, but I asked him when he came to us, what do you want? What is it exactly you want out of your life? And he said, I want to play golf 3 or more times a week. And I said, is that all? He goes, well, and I worry about where my paycheck is going to be coming in. So that was his only goal, to play golf and make enough money to take care of his bills. And he wasn't making a lot of money, and he never made 6 figures in his life. So this was a challenge. Shortly after working with us, he started changing his mindset. He started working. He started gaining a better attitude. He went into try to be a solopreneur, entrepreneur. It didn't work for him, so he went back to being employee for a company. But the difference is he was sought after by the companies. He didn't look for the companies. They looked for him for the interviews. When he got to the interviews, he was interviewing them as we showed him how to do it. Different mindset to interview the interviewee. As he got to that point, he was now employed, or he's now employed, making over six-figure income, twice what he ever made. And he said he's doing about 4, maybe 5 days a week he's playing golf. And even when he's not working, he's making money. So here's, we get a guy, average Joe, client came to us. Now he never made six figures, couldn't play golf, simple life. And the next thing he wanted, the next thing he really was looking for, that's him, happy now. He's found his new soulmate. He's going to get married, and I'm the one that's going to be, and I have a minister's license, I'm the one that's going to marry them next year. So he's living a life of, and he keeps bragging about it over and over on Facebook, how great it is. He's one of my greatest success stories and students and client. Another successful entrepreneur, dog trainer, name is Jack. Excellent, intelligent man. He also has lots of gifts, but he was driving himself ragged, 10 years without a vacation. He was tired. He worked alone, did a great job, but he was about to throw away his whole career because he was just being burnt out. Couldn't take it anymore. He wanted something new. And I asked him, what would you like to do? Well, I like to play guitar often with in front of a group, and I like to buy a Harley Davidson. So I said, is that it? Is that all you want? Well, I like to have my business work itself, so I don't have to work it. And he was making about 115, 120, he was floating, back and forth, but always working, 80-hour weeks for over 10 years. So after working with us, we helped him create a small staff to take care of him, gives him more time to go play on the band, as he does often. He also, despite his financial advisor's, objection, and he's in his 70s, late 70s, bought his first Harley Davidson. And he drives it down to Georgia from Connecticut to see his brothers, his family. And in that process, his business is making more money than when he was there working. We've helped set up a staff, someone to take care of the facilities, take care of the phones, do the sales, take care of everything, and follow through with the customers. And now when he's away, riding his bike, playing his guitar, he's making money. And, I forgot to say, he started out with us making by himself, about $115,000, $120,000. Last I saw of him, he was bringing in an easy $600,000. And I know he hasn't stopped yet, so I'll be amazed where he is now. So big difference, big jump. And that's only in a short period of time working with us. Another one, this is one of my favorite, he's also a friend now. Let's call him Sean. He's a successful entrepreneur, has a couple people staff working for him, doing well, exceptionally well. Problem is, he's a workaholic, and his biggest issue was, listen, I have a business, and I'm working harder and harder every year, and yet my numbers don't improve. So it's like, not by a penny. So his problem was, he was not happy with his success. So I said, okay, look at the numbers. It looks like you've been doubling almost for 3 years your presence at the. So that's what made him an workaholic, not alcoholic. Freudian slip. So he just was driving himself ragged. So I also said to him, well, we got to change that. So this is a new idea. So I gave him a mindset to adapt, and it took him a little while because he fought it, tooth and nails. He said, I don't believe in that. I said, we're going to work less and make more money. That was counterintuitive to his idea. He says, no, I got to work more. If I don't work more, I can't make more money. And I said to him, well, look at your numbers. Numbers are like the word of God. They don't lie. So your numbers are saying you've been doubling almost your workload every year for the last 3 years, and you're not a penny more. So maybe you should try another way. So he started adapting, but it's funny. Just before he started working with us, during the time he started working with us in the beginning, just as he was adapting to new ways, he had a life situation. Life situations defined by me as stroke and or heart attack. And by having one of these, the doctor told him he had to stop, lessen his workload, focus more on his social life and less on his business. very much what we've been telling him. So he did adopt that. His major problem also was when I went to analyze his business was he does most of his business virtual, this pre-COVID. His two staff members live in different parts of the state, and he had to learn how to manage, lead them, and make them more accountable to work more effectively and efficiently. Well, we took those issues, we took those problems. He got rid of one of the ones that were not up to par, to be retrained, didn't want to create a new mindset of being more effective and more efficient. Hired another person that worked twice as much as that person, but for the same pay. He left in practice, leaving the work to his crew and only coming in to make sure to manage and make sure everything's going properly. And the thing we asked him in the beginning, what would you like to do? I'd like to see my wife more. I'd like to go to the pool, the ocean, travel, be at my pool. I have a pool, I never use it at home. So now he is traveling more. He's showing us in social media that he's with his wife doing a lot more things. His wife is very happy because his wife has not seen him in several years. And yes, he's at his pool more often than not. And that's what I see him in his social feed. Now, another gentleman, engineer, let's call him Robert, works for a corporation. He's the director of a department, production to be specific. He makes dies and prototypes from his 3D printer in his office for dental techniques, dental tools. Things that the dental industry will use for improving your smile. Well, he's a great man, intelligent, superb engineer. I grew up with engineers. I know how they think. I went to school with engineers, and being with them, I understand one thing. They're not necessarily taught to be socially. Their social skills may lack when they should be more professional. In fact, his company called us, Human Resource to be specific, saying, if we don't help him talk and speak more professional, he talks like he's at a bachelor party to everybody. We need him to be more sociable, more of a leader, more of a manager, or else we're going to have to let him go. And he's a brilliant man. And as you see, he's got a family to support. So after we took him under our wing, we showed him another mindset, how to think, how to be differently, how to do his work less demandingly, because he was barking out orders, but and a lot of his employees didn't want to support him, didn't believe in him, and some of them were even hostile with him. He got their trust. He created a solidarity between his group, and now all his people work with him. They all even told me they love working with him. Human Resource and his boss said, I don't know what you did to this man, but this man is just the pillar of the company. He's like the mayor as opposed to the priority. So we have this as an example from a corporate side. And now, again, he is treating his company, all his members, all the people in his companies, to picnics, to gatherings, corporate gatherings. He's leading many of these meetings. And again, his life has greatly improved thanks to us helping to guide him and shifting his mindset. He did the work. All of these brilliant men and women do the work, but they just needed the guidance in changing their mindset. Another company we worked for, the United Illumination Company, big corporation. At the time we were called in, basically they were downsizing a whole department. So there were lots of people getting ready to get the pink slip. In fact, they were told officially, when you come in, just look for a job, because you're not going to have a job soon. So you better just take the time to look for a job. They were getting paid to look for another job. So you can imagine the morale was low. The motivation was low. There was no solidarity, obviously, between the workers and the management. So we had a big challenge, but we took it, worked with the staff, told them, listen, even though you're going out, we want to make you go out with a nice resume, a nice letter, a reference letter from your old boss. We want to make you look like a great asset to your next company. So you got to act it now. You can't wait till it happens. You got to act it now as you're looking for a new job. So as they started putting themselves in that mindset now and focusing on the future, but being the future now, productivity went up. costs went down, efficiency went up, solidarity went in, morale went up. Everybody was doing great. They went from not wanting to go to work, being upset, hating it, to enjoying the job, even though they know they're not going to have a job soon. Management noticed that. Management made a change. Not one got fired. Not one got let go, because management said they are the bomb. So that is an example, and this is how you can also contact me if you'd like to know more information on what I do. That is an example of a sampling, so to speak, of the influx of clients that keep coming to me. They either fit one or more of those types of businesses. It doesn't matter what their services is. It doesn't matter what kind of cogs they create or kind of position they have. They all come feeling that they're stuck, they're broken, something's wrong, they can't get to that next level. It doesn't matter the fact that they're already financially successful. It's the fact that they don't feel successful or fulfilled, or something's wrong. So we bring them back to their life grid. And like a life coach who works on the social level, we bring them to their life grid with the component of their business being as prime part of it. With that, I hope I answered some questions that people have asked me earlier. Didn't know what I was doing or what we do at Success Genie. And I will be looking forward to networking with people to answer more questions. Did I reach my time?